We're gonna have to pull it up.
We're just gonna hop in right now. Hey everyone, welcome back to May the Zoo Be With You, our Flesh and Blood podcast, probably going to be one of the more spicy episodes of the history. So I would highly recommend that you strap in, sit back, relax, and just take it in. I want to first off start by saying that the three of us are huge fans of Flesh and Blood. We have a lot invested of time, energy, resources, and we are very passionate about this game. And I'm Louis from KitchenTableTCG. Below me is George from Compete Sports, the premier store for Flesh and Blood in the United States. And to my, I think it's left or right, one of those directions is Mitch from Midtown Merchant, a singles store who has put hours into shipping you the cards at an appropriate price. So today we had other things planned. But then last night, I got the opportunity to send a text to George. This is the text that I sent to Mitch and George yesterday. Ready? Where is it? It just says, ha 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 ha, and then has the out of print announcement, and then just says, ha 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 ha. And so they announced. And then you see
the cuss words below that.
they announced Cruicble War being out of print. This is a box of Cruicble War that George sent me already because he knew that.
I'm sending mine this week to you, Louis. I'm waving my white flag finally.
So
there's no hope for Monarch at this point.
There's a lot to talk about, and I want to start this off. I want to say this. That depending this is the most polarized I think our community has ever been. We're coming off the bat of the Rudy promo, which was hugely polarizing, and now we have this out of print announcement, and the reactions have been very, very lopsided. Some people are very much like, the collectors are like, yay, our cards are all going to go up in value and everything's gonna, unlimited's investable now, it's going to bring in a ton of money. And
well, George, not that one. That one's not
going
go
up. Everything's gonna go up.
Yeah,
every single card, every single foil card will be up this week.
Then there's a group of people who are store owners that I've heard saying, "Wait, what? This is the only box that people are trying to buy. This is the only box that people are trying to buy." And then the third wave of people is people who are worried about players and particularly new players being able to get the cards at decent prices for these decks. So there are three very polarizing views. I find myself really conflicted about what to be happy about because
or not be happy about.
A, I am obviously winning our bet, and then B, like, it's really interesting topics and it's really good content for me. So let's start it off.
So it's all about Louis. Louis is like, I win. It's a win-win for me.
For me, it's a win. I mean, no matter what, for me, it's a win. There's stuff to talk about, which is beautiful.
I would not say it's a loss for me either. The only person I think this affects greatly are players, right?
So everyone
and store owners.
Hopefully most. Yeah.
So
other than players and stores, this was a great announcement.
Right.
I mean, that's exactly right, Mitch.
Right.
You nailed it. That's a perfect assessment. Other than players and stores, this was a home run.
Right.
That's a great assessment. I agree.
Okay, so let's start here.
By the way, those are the, like, when they talked about starting the game, those were the two things that they focused on.
Those are the two things they mattered the most. Yeah. Yeah.
I wanted to square it in my head, and I appreciate you helping me get there. Thank you.
I will also say,
yeah,
people keep posting, and Joey, this is not a knock on you. I love you, Joey Sinart, but they're like, we've known this all along. I guarantee you we did not think this all along. They did explicitly state the dates of waves, but it didn't say, like, after these waves are done, we're done selling the product.
Yeah. There's a reason they needed an out-of-print announcement. There's a reason they had to state that. There's a reason they had to publish it. It's because we did not know that.
Yeah,
right.
that article or that comment or whatever is missing the word only. It's missing the word only. Like, if it said only available these 3 weeks, 3 months, then I would believe that. But I don't know.
Right.
All right, I want to start here. Let's back up. What were your guys' initial reactions? Because my initial reaction was to screenshot it and send it to you guys and rub it in your face. What was your guys' initial reaction?
I mean, I was simply enjoying my evening, Louis, prior to you sending me a message. So I ironically was getting my celebrations from my rep last week for Pokemon. And in the midst of doing that, he's like, "Hey, do you want me to throw a case of Crew in?" This is yesterday morning. It's like, "No, I'm good. Like I have Crew back there that I need to open. No, I'm fine." And now like the first thing I emailed him afterwards is like, "Hey, my rep's name is my name." And I was like, "Hey, can I get some of that? Can you hook it up?" So, yeah. And now there's a limit. So now he was only offering me a case yesterday and he's only offering me a case today.
Yeah.
But it was, I think I used explicit language was my first reaction. If you go back to the text message thread. And then I said, "Louis, I think you're right.
Do not share my vote, please. Thank you."
Yeah. I mean, you've said it about 12 times, George. That's what you've said. I've heard a phrase from both you and another store owner that it makes what?
I don't know. No sense.
This is what?
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
This is like
the most successful.
I will say this.
Unlimited product right now.
Ever want to hear the following phrases from anybody in our community ever again. Ever. I never, ever want to hear anybody ever tell me Unlimited is for players and First Edition is for collectors ever again. I never want to hear this from any of you. I never want to hear, "I know Flesh and Blood is expensive, just wait for Unlimited." Do not ever say that in my presence. I never want to hear LSS say, "We will print until demand is met for Unlimited." That is a lie. That is a lie. Do you know what sets demand has met supply? It's called Monarch Unlimited. By the way, that was not made out of print. It's closer on Welcome to Wraith Unlimited than it is to Cruicble Unlimited. Not out of print. It will be soon, I suspect.
Yeah.
It will be soon, I suspect.
So is this a domino?
So
this is all I will say, because I'm trying very hard not to say what I think in the language I want to use.
Okay. You're saying what you're thinking. You're just using nicer language.
I'm at a 2, if you idiots can believe that. I want to be at a 50. This is like, you could have, I'm assuming Louis put 15 shots in my Diet Coke today. And that's fine. I appreciate it. You know, maybe the Lord will call me home. This is the like,
it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make sense.
So
this is like
let's start here because I want to talk about the statement that LSS has told us that they will quote unquote watch the market and end Unlimited when it's so. I want to know, what does that mean? Because this is what I see on the market. Crucible of War singles being a higher EV than the box price. And the average, I did the math. I was talking to some people and they were like, "Louis, like, are you sure that like Crucible of War is like, this doesn't going to affect the players?" I said, "You can't tell me that the players don't need, you can't tell me that the players don't need the cards when the average value of a Majestic is so much higher than the rest of the of the sets." And so I did the math for them.
This to you. You could have slapped him.
Listen, I'm not going to tell you the people who said this to me, but these
are safe people.
The average Monarch Majestic for Unlimited is $3.08.
Right.
That's
$3.
all of them. The Arcane Rising with Command and Conquer, the average is $18.
$18.
If you take out Command and Conquer,
without Command and Conquer, it's $6. And that includes a $24 Art of War. WTR is $11, and without E-Strike, it's $5.50.
Yeah.
And the average Majestic from Crew Unlimited before the announcement was $9.93.
I never want to hear Unlimited is for players ever again. It's
And
all
TCG players sold out
it's-
instantly last
it's
night.
all for collectors.
Listen,
It's all for
being the
collectors.
content creator that I am and not valuing my store and not valuing anything else above content, I texted you guys, I ran downstairs and I made a video. And in the
Yes.
7 minutes that it took to make my video,
You sold out.
I had cases that I had forgot I had put on TCG Player at MAP, and they sold out. I sold 8 cases.
And now they're going for what, 100 to
I don't
120?
know.
No. What are you giving them away? The cheapest I can find right now is $130 a box.
Wait,
Yeah,
so
this
I
morning-
can buy first edition Tales for less than a case of Crew Unlimited.
Yeah, easy.
So
don't worry. Oh wait, hold on, Louis. I want to make sure this is also clear. I know $100 a box is very expensive for you, Mitch. Unlimited is coming out in 30 days. I wanted to make sure you guys were worried about
Right.
that as players. They
Because
got your
people
back.
didn't buy Unlimited last night for $100 a box.
Yeah, don't
Unlimited
worry.
TOA was
Unlimited is
also
coming out in
announced
30
for
days.
The same day, wasn't it?
the 12th.
It was the same day that it was announced, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Wasn't it the
November 12th.
morning?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Listen,
More, I'm saying that they announced 2 print announcements, one out
Yeah.
of print, one in print.
Here's what frustrates me. I honestly don't get it. I just don't get it. Like, if they had been like, listen, we see the market needs some more time to work through first edition Tales, we're going to delay it 30 days. I wouldn't have supported it, but I would have been fine with it.
Why wouldn't you have supported it?
Because listen,
Wait,
how
you're
much
talking
is the
about
average
unlimited
legendary
TOA
right
now?
now?
You're
How much
talking
is the
about
average legendary on Tales right now?
We were
Wait,
talking about
so-
unlimited TOA now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, TOA.
George,
The average legendary is about $220.
That's too much.
That's way too much. But Unlimited's for players, right?
No, like it used to be. I used to think that. I used to be dumb enough to say that.
Okay, so you're saying that according to LSS's actions, they're saying that there is a collectability aspect
Of
to
course.
Unlimited.
Rudy was exactly right. Everything LSS does is collectible. Let's stop pretending any of the stuff is player based. It's collector based, and I hope you play it.
So
Rudy's right. Rudy's absolutely right. We should give props to the Taco Man himself. Next time I'm in Orlando, I'll be down there for Nationals. I want a picture with James White and John Sasso together with me. I want Rudy. I want to take you out for tacos. You can get anything you want off the value meal, and and like I will concede that you were exactly right about this game. I'll concede it. This is all collectible. Everything's collectible.
I think we've all come to terms that Unlimited was going to go out of print at some point. We talked
We
about
talked
this
about it last week.
We talked about this last week.
Mhm.
We all thought that it would make more sense to go out of print on the Unlimited boxes that weren't fire selling for below distributor cost.
That
were
you
fire
didn't have to.
Yeah.
That you didn't have to pair a buy one get one free case with.
That looked a lot smarter. Now, let's talk about some other things. There's 2 theories that I really liked of why did they do this. Theory number 1 is that there's something going on with the US printer and that they thought that they could keep everything in print and that they had to make some decisions.
That actually was one of my thoughts too.
Because this is based on the idea that they told us that TOA first was going to be printed at
United
the US
States
printer, and then
printer.
it wasn't. It was printed in Belgium, and then now do we have less printer space? Did something not work out with the US printer, and so now they have to make some decisions? Now that doesn't mean that this was the right decision in my mind. That's the issue. It's like
Right.
it's like okay, then why pick this set? That's my like what I would love if we could get James White here. Would be why did you choose this set out of the 3?
You could invite him on.
Oh, he's been invited.
I'm
Yeah. And I think one of the answers might be it's not draftable. And we know that LSS loves draft and loves sealed.
It was never draftable. It's not like
Right.
Crucible first was draftable, and they're like, "Oh, I have an idea for Crucible Unlimited. I'll make it undraftable." It was never draftable. So if you're going to tell people I will only make sets that are draftable, I have an idea. Don't make sets that are undraftable.
Okay, so are you saying then that they never should have printed Unlimited?
Why? Why did they do this?
Yeah.
Why did they do this?
They only did what? 4 print runs of it?
Three.
That we're aware of?
Three.
Three.
Waves.
And by the way, distributors had been sold out. This is like the set that distributors never had in stock.
You know
Correct.
who has had it in stock?
Who?
Channel Fireball.
Oh, and SCG and
They've had
SCG,
it.
Louis.
SCG was fire. You know what I love? SCG was fire sailing this below map. Today is Wednesday. The announcement came out on Tuesday night, and on Monday, SCG was fire selling this at $68 a box. They were fire selling it.
So,
I love it.
Hold on. I want to give LSS credit for this then, and I'm serious.
This is what I'm saying.
This is important. That means Star City Games did not know.
Yeah.
And LSS deserves a lot of credit.
Yep.
For not telling Star City Games or their Fat Cat partners. I assume they didn't tell Channel Fireball. I assume they did, but that's because I don't trust anybody. But like, Star City Games clearly did not know.
Yeah.
And LSS deserves a lot of credit for that.
So the other thing I know...
Hold on a second. Because like Magic will whisper in your sweet ear sweet nothings before they do something major to their Fat Cat friends. It seems at it seems like Rudy might have known. October Surprise seems a lot less surprising all of a sudden.
Listen,
yeah,
Rudy was pumping his October Surprise as his card.
I don't think that's true.
I hope Rudy, dude, when Rudy in 6 months says that it was his card that turned the market, and everyone doesn't pay attention to what actually happened with the unlimited announcement, I'm gonna pull my hair out.
I don't have anywhere else to join you. I mean, like,
all right,
listen, like SCG did not know, and I want to give LSS credit for not telling their Fat Cat friends before the LGSs.
Yeah, at least that one. So, all right. So we've already seen the repercussions of this to the marketplace. Who do you think's buying boxes? Do you think it's collectors, investors, or do you think it's players trying to snap up stuff before it goes? Guys, I'm soft pitching this one to you. I'm setting you up.
It's players, Mick. It's players, obviously.
I've had multiple players reach out to me today asking for bulk, saying, "Hey, I need to wrap up my collection. Can you send me some bulk?"
This is the polarizing of our.
These are actually players, George, because I know they play the game.
My comment section of my video that I posted is ridiculous. You've got people literally like above and below each other saying this is super dumb because of crap like this turned me away from Magic. How was it out? How long was it in print? 6 months. WTF? And then below, let's go.
Yeah, that's absolutely what it looks like. And the comment section on Facebook's the same.
This one, as a brand new player, it's a big feel bad. It's almost doubled in price in the last hour. There clearly isn't enough on the market. And then below it, crew to the moon. It's like so funny. It's so polarized.
Listen, like I said this last week, and I'll say it this week. Watch what they're doing. Don't tell me what they're saying. Watch what people are like. Oh, you don't hold Metazoo to that standard. Bullshit. I absolutely do. Yeah. I hold both companies to this standard. And I'll tell you this: they both had fundraisers this week. If you noticed, LSS gave Rudy $1.5 million free promo that I want to correct. Somebody corrected me, and I want to apologize to this person.
Yeah, he had to pay
Rudy
16 grand for it.
Pay for his packaging, and I did not mention that last time, and I apologize to that person. Rudy did have to buy the box separately, and I apologize. So he got free promos, but he had to pay for the box. I don't know how much the box was. I'm assuming $950.
It was $16,000. He said it, but $10 million swing for Rudy in a day doesn't really matter.
No, 10 million.
Yeah.
And Metazoo Mike fundraised for a cryptid museum.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So like, listen, they each had their own thing that they supported. One happened to be a multi-millionaire who says that $10 million a day doesn't matter to him. And the other happened to be a poorly funded museum that supports their game. Yeah. Like, listen, like the same thing, really, when you think about it.
Back to back, these things look a lot like LSS moving towards saying, no, we need to do something to bring the collectors back.
I don't want to, okay.
This is where I think, and this was a chat that I was into. The idea was, Louis, this is great for collectors. This is going to do really good things for the market.
It is, absolutely.
It's great for the market. I'm not disagreeing with that temporarily.
Exactly.
Bingo.
This is short. This is one of those things that,
term.
and I said this. I said, okay, but but what about all the new players who now can't build decks? And they said, what do you mean? The cards, they don't need the crew cards. They can play with the new hero cards. I said, okay, so now we are doing rotating sets. That's what we're doing. Like, what's the goal here? Like, at what point is the goal? Like, what
are you
is
Pinocchio over there? What are you?
Bingo on the nose. Bingo on the nose.
Like, what's the goal? What did we gain from this? In my mind, here's what we gain: a huge market shift in the short term, but less player growth. And everyone a week ago was saying, Louis, just look at the player growth. Just look at the long term. Like, you got to think long term. Okay, now all right, you got me. I'm thinking long term. And now we have now where are the players? Now what are the players going to do? What is this guy right here said, I hope this doesn't kill our small flesh and blood local community in Chile. This is on my comment section. We barely could get any product of this edition. We don't have the commons for this set.
That's what I was just saying, George, and you're giving me a scolding face. There are people that just need to build starter decks using crew cards.
I just think, like,
Europe.
I had a whole bunch of people.
We're talking about the biggest losers in this. Europe.
Oh, sure.
The land of the Eiffel Tower, etc. And I don't know what else. What's the main thing in Germany?
I mean, Europe has a lot of things like the Colosseum, Eiffel Tower.
Like, Europe got wrecked.
Yeah,
because they got absolutely wrecked on the first two waves, and I think they got wrecked on the third wave. There's like 15 boxes of Crew U in Europe. I bet you. Like, it's just there's nothing in Europe.
Actually, I know a single store in Europe who just said, I can't do this anymore, I'm closing.
There you go.
It's not advantageous for me.
Biggest take right here. Ready?
I don't think I'm ready. Go ahead.
Why did they do Crucible Unlimited? They thought this is the story I'm going to write.
Love it.
They found a printer that could hit, if you guys remember way back in the Rudy video when he said that Crucible Unlimited or Crucible First Edition was out of print, they didn't know if they were going to do an Unlimited. They did an article or an interview with James White, and he mentioned that Crucible of War was really hard to produce because of the smaller number of cards in a pack, and because of the smaller box, everything was different, and so it was hard to produce the box. So I think that they found somebody to produce the box. They couldn't produce it anymore. And so then they had to decide, do we put all this energy and time into finding another company that can produce it? Or do we just go out of with Crucible and then put the cards we need in another set that's coming up?
I love that story. Do you know who I would love to hear it from?
James White and LSS. And this was what I was just gonna say. We are on.
Why couldn't they why wouldn't they put that in
well, they kind
the
of did
article that they posted last?
At the bottom of it, they said all the cards in this set can be reprinted in another set, which we already did.
No. That's not what I'm saying. I want to know the why. I want you to say this is the reason we are not printing it.
Like, listen, like LSS does not think they owe it to us to give us an explanation. That's fine. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I'll leave it up to your viewer to decide if they do or don't owe you an obligation as a consumer of the game as to why they made this action.
Yeah. If there is not a reason, this is my thing.
No strong feelings on if they owe you I have no strong feelings on if they owe you an answer as to why they did this. I do think, like, listen, like, I think I hope they have a plan big time, because I am very anxious. Like, and I understand, like, my phone, after you idiot sent me the text, my phone just like goes nuclear.
Sure. And that happened to everybody.
All the whales are like, oh, feast time again. Feast time. We're feasting.
Let's do it. Get them back. Let's go. I'm in.
I think
that can't be what saves Flesh and Blood. We can't, like, Louis, you've been yelling all month. Come on, whales! I got some chill from you. Like, come on.
This is 100% what brings the collectors back into Flesh and Blood, and hold on, let me finish. This is 100% the next 3 months, the short-term growth of Flesh and Blood.
I don't think it'll be that long. It will not
be
that long.
The issue is, how do they handle it moving forward? If the next set,
it'll be 2 weeks.
I firmly believe this. The next set is going to be announced this weekend or next weekend.
Already. They said Q1 2022.
Yep.
When did
They've
they
already
say that?
announced it. They
Was that
haven't
today?
announced the name of it. It's on.
One of us is good at content creation. One
I
of us
was
is
hanging out with
Louis.
my daughter all day today, George.
That's
What did they
cute.
say?
They did not announce
literally
it.
just said
It is
that.
under the next product releases, saying that the next set will be coming Q1 of 2022.
Oh man, not
Louis
before
gonna hang up on this
Christmas?
podcast to go do a video.
Not before Christmas. There's no
Yeah,
sets coming
you could.
before Christmas.
I want you to know. I could see him processing this in his head. Of
Where
like,
is this
should I dip on
announced?
these two idiots to go
It's
do a
not
5-minute
announced
video?
anywhere. If you go to product releases, it says the next set coming up
Why
is Q1
do they
2022.
do that? Why do they do that? Why not just announce it like a normal company?
I
They
like
haven't
it. I
announced
think
the
it's-
name of the set. So
I think
that's
it's
why.
actually James White testing how long it will take you to find out and make a video about it. That's my thought.
Yeah, let's
Listen.
just talk about this. Louis texts all of us, and then within 5 minutes goes quiet, and then another guy in our group chat goes, "Effing A, Louis," and I get a notification from your Patreon or from your Discord. Yeah, there it is.
Okay,
I get a notification. Louis just released a new video. He just published a new video. It had been 10 minutes since the news came out. Dude runs downstairs, get in front of his camera, breaks out, and then comes back to our group chat like, guys, this is crazy.
guys, that video, like, here's the thing. This is
Got to be the first.
I think there's got to be a reason to it because it just simply doesn't make any sense. If this is
Not logical.
Listen to me. If there is not a reason to this, then I don't even know where the pro is. Like, I don't know how to spin this positive if there's not a reason for it.
So let's talk about the
give
most
us the
business-
reason. Hold on.
The most
Give us the
logical thing
reason.
is they can't say we're doing it to get the market all stirred up and to get
Why
it
not?
excited again. Can they say that? Can we say
Listen,
we
dude.
want people to just be simping over Crew Unlimited and start hoarding all the WTR?
They
We
will
want people to
still
buy a
do that.
WTR. We want people to buy ARC now. We want people to go buy Mon U and start specking on it and clear up all the
Listen.
boxes, and then we will announce out of print. And if you
are
just got our
specking
little
on Monarch Unlimited, you need to take a deep
Louis,
breath and reconsider your life
I hear you.
choices.
Shout out
I
to
hear
sometimes
you.
null. Continue.
Okay, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this.
I think
because
that's what
this
I'm
was
saying, though,
This
is,
was a
do
comment
you
that was
think
made
this
to
will-
me.
Will
This was
this
a
clear
comment
up
that was made to me.
Unlimited?
This
Do you
is a
think-
comment
Go
that was
ahead.
made to me. Was Louis TOA First Edition or Crew Unlimited? What's a better investment? And I said one of those sets does
What?
cards for 100% Crew Unlimited. One of
100%
those
Crew.
sets
100%.
One of those sets is cards for 3 heroes in a vacuum. And the other set, Crew Unlimited,
Oh, I'm
is
sorry.
a set for 8 heroes that has a better EV already, a set for 8 heroes that will be used forever.
Crew is going to be the shortest printed set in LSS history.
Yes.
There's a
It
reason I bought Crew boxes last night.
It makes no freaking
like, I'll say this,
sense
and I'm talking
without
about the
another
market.
reason.
The cheapest thing on the market right now is Cruicble First. That box should be $2,000 again.
Yep, I already bought it. Louis, you bought a ton last week. You're like, oh, I hope I don't regret this.
Dude,
Well
you know my
played,
biggest
sir.
regret is I bought one case. Somebody offered me, one person offered me 18 boxes at $600 box, and another person offered me 2 cases at $600 box. And I almost sold some other things in my life in order to buy that.
Almost
I
sold my
said,
eye.
Little Monarch.
I said, I said,
sold
nah,
my
I'm just
firstborn.
gonna take one case right now.
Oh man, don't you wish you were more greedy?
It is what it is.
I can't see this not being the shortest printed set in LSS history.
So this is my thing.
That's
Like,
fine. Oh, that's interesting. You think it's shorter than? You think it's less than 15,000 boxes? There's
Wait,
no way.
no. But I'm talking about WTR and WTRU.
yeah.
Oh, you're comparing
combine.
it to other unlimited sets.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like,
okay.
I don't think there'll be anything close, to be honest, unless they really change your
No,
business
this will be the
model.
smallest unlimited set.
I
Probably.
mean, like, listen, like, they're $150 a box right now. I think that's cheap. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
what do we think by the time this podcast comes out? What do you think boxes will be?
The only
200.
saving grace,
You think?
saving grace is if whatever print run is hitting distribution is absolutely massive, and that's not true.
Do you want the bad news?
It's not
It's
true.
not.
Do you want the bad news?
It's already hit. It's already hit
Already hit.
distribution. Yeah.
I got a couple boxes today from one of my distributors who I immediately bought yesterday on the news. Thank you to the distributor that I love. You know who you are and you know who you're not. And
So-
like, listen, like, it's gone, Louis. It's gone.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
here's what I want to
It left last night at midnight.
R.I.P.
This is the communication style that I think it would instill more confidence if they said, hey, this is why this is out of print. We ran into production issues. That installs more
They want you to-
confidence than the current market that's saying, why would
You want them to lie to you, Louis? Because my opinion is that they took it out of print so we can start speccing on other unlimited prints, and we start buying other unlimited prints with the hopes of maybe getting quote lucky when it goes out of print.
I interpreted this as Rudy is 100% right. It's
Buy
all
unlimited.
collectible.
Yeah,
That's how I interpreted this.
but
It's
like
all
Mitch, the
collectible.
better way to do that is to take WTR and ARC out of print. Does the same thing and doesn't screw over the players who need the cards.
I hear you,
Like,
but what's spicier?
like a remorseless
Crew going out of print or
Okay.
WTR and Monarch and ARC going out of print? What's spicier?
Okay,
What
so
gets
then you're
would we
saying
be
we are
having a
just looking for the
conversation?
spicy information, and is this what LSS is doing now? Now we're just spicy information and
They're
giving
trying-
Rudy a
they're-
promo and doing unlimited
They're
things that are
trying
out
to
of
get
print.
the market
and having-
excited.
Yes.
Has the market
Yes, you
been
nailed it.
excited?
Listen,
Has the market?
I was
This is
in
the most excited the market's been in the
this
last.
is the most excited I've been in a long time. That doesn't
Well,
make
yeah,
it the
because
right
you're
thing.
like,
That doesn't
well,
make
that's
like I was in
let's
Wall
come back
Street
to that
last night.
comment.
I was in Wall Street last night, and I literally said, "I hope that LSS out of prints a set every single week because I've never felt this rush in my life." like this is great. I love it. But like a
it's
$70
still really bad for the
remorseless,
game.
a $70 unlimited remorseless
Is that
for
what it's right now?
yeah, it was
This has come from the
$60
singles guy.
before the announcement. It was $60.
My gosh.
So like it's a new hero. You have Lexi who wants to play this new card, this remorseless, and like you can't get it if you want to play the new hero, like the top, whatever. Like, and I know some people are like, it's not even that good in the deck. Well, then say that to the market who has decided that they want to try it in that deck.
No spec on it, right?
I feel like I just don't get it. And there's got to be something more, and I guess I'm okay if there's something more. And if they want to just tell us what that is, I would prefer that over.
Louis,
hey, it's out of
they
print.
cannot
Here's
tell us why it is.
why not?
Because they're intentionally trying to spur the market up. What if that is all the reason? How like odd would it be? Like, hey
Listen,
guys,
I'm
the
all
market's
in.
been stale.
Selfishly, I'm all in on that.
I hear you. Do you want them to say, hey, Louis, the market's been stale of late. We thought we'd spice it up a little bit and just cut crew out of the whole thing.
Yeah, my market update.
Like, do you want to
love
hear that?
I'm going to do a
Do you
crew
wanna-
market update
like,
today. That's going to be, hey,
Guys,
this
we're
was the
bored
prices.
with the market. Things are dipping. We need to spice the life up over here.
Is
And
that
we just
really?
need to-
Is that really what you want, though, Mitch? Is that really what you want? A game?
No, I'm saying
company
that's
doing?
why they can't say it, Louis. We can't say, hey, we did this for the collectors. We
So
want
there's
to
no
get the
other
market
reason.
going.
You're saying there's
I
no print run issue,
I'm saying
or
no,
no printing issue.
no. I'm
for it.
saying that those are valid things. But Louis, they've said stuff like this before. Hey guys, we're having delays in shipping. We're having delays. They've talked about logistical issues before, right?
Yeah.
Look at initial run of
Yeah,
crew. They did
for
a
sure.
whole article. Hey, crew unlimited is taking us a little bit longer. These are the dates it's coming. It's going to come in waves, right?
Did they keep making more after those first initial waves?
I think
Oh,
so.
so you mean like that announcement then they made for Crew U where they just had the first waves? Like we shouldn't have just accepted that as the only waves.
No.
all I'm saying, actually, no, I think it did say it was going to do 4 waves in the waves in which they were. I can go pull up the article here.
Right,
While we're on
and
the chat.
then they kept making
Yeah.
it after that. Like,
No, I don't think so.
No,
I-
Mick, you're not listening. Louis is saying that they had waves on other sets, and then they kept printing it after that. It was not. They did more waves than that.
I hear you, but they've
Like-
never framed any other set in the same way that they have this in terms
I
of.
will say it again.
waves.
There's a reason they felt the need to make an out of print announcement because they knew that their initial announcement was not strong enough to make it
Correct.
out of print.
I think that's fair.
So-
They had a Crucible of War availability thing. No, when was this? I'll
Here's-
find it. Go ahead.
Here's my other thought. Channel Fireball couldn't sell Crew U. And I don't know why that is.
I do
Why?
Because you're charging too much.
no because never mind. Go ahead, Louis. Keep
They
going.
were charging $85 a box, and they were charging $52, $55, $40 a box for WTR.
They were charging double.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
Yeah. So
I wonder why. That's a mystery, isn't it? They charge double. They were not mapped for that, like they were for every other unlimited box. That's wild. That's
Yeah.
weird.
So I wonder if part of this didn't
That's
back
really mysterious.
Part of this didn't get back that like Cree is not selling from the big retailer who's trying to charge more for it than everything else, and then they were like, oh, maybe we don't need it. But like, I don't know, there's like a YouTuber that does market updates for them that they can, if they want to know what the market's doing, they could just watch. They don't even have to do anything, and like you can see that there's demand for the singles, right? I don't know.
Maybe that's the point, Louis.
I just don't get it, guys. Like I
don't think it has to be overcomplicated.
Then we are just saying that this is just a spicy tactic to get to jumpstart the market.
They're telling you Rudy was right. They're
not
what they should
necessarily
have
telling you
done.
Rudy is right.
What they should have done is James White should have come out eating Taco Bell with a gordita on his head and said Taco Man is right, collector's rule, and gone back onto his boat. That is what should have happened.
What is more advantageous? I mean, like for the market. And I'm not talking about players. This sucks for players and stores.
They got what they wanted.
Again, it sucks for players and store. You come back to that, and I don't know how you ever see any positive then. Like even for a collector, what if you're a collector and you're like, listen, this is the best news ever. I'm like, are you sure? Here's the thing.
Short-term gains, yes.
I said this too in a group chat. I said, this is going to prevent some people from playing the game. They said, why would that happen? I said, well, do you guys remember Blitz season? And everybody was running Dorinthia and nobody could get Spoils of War because Spoils of War was a $60 non-foil first edition card.
And $100 for foil.
And Courage of Bladehold was an $100 non-foil first edition card. And everybody was saying, this is ridiculous. Nobody can play the top decks because it's too expensive. And everybody said, oh, hey, we need unlimited. And then we printed unlimited. Well, guess what season is coming up in three weeks?
Skirmish season. Good thing it's sealed, Louis.
Okay. You're fine. That's fine.
Oh yeah, I forgot it's Tales Unlimited sealed. It comes out the same time that skirmish season starts.
We're not gonna see people wanting to play Blitz because of the result of that.
I think this is like the bottom line.
Like, I will tell you why this, like, people are like, oh, you seem angrier than normal. I am. So like, here is why. I hosted a Learn to Play Fab event last Friday at my store. We had 30 something people show up. 38, I think it is. 31 said they liked the game. 17 showed up for Welcome to Wraith Unlimited draft the next day. Open hand. So people can learn how to draft Flesh and Blood. My store drafts. And guess what? They all wanted to build heroes from the draft they just built.
Well, why didn't you just
draft
the new set?
A lot of those cards happen to be located in boxes they can no longer find at reasonable prices.
Why didn't you just draft the new set?
Because it's harder. Like, this is somebody was like, this is good for stores because now they can finally turn players over to Monarch Unlimited. There's a reason we started with Welcome to Wraith. It's a much more new player friendly set.
100%.
Blood Debt is a very fun and exciting mechanic. It's also very hard for new players.
They're already tracking 1,000 things, and now you're giving them this other thing to track.
It's already a complicated game, which is its benefit. I'm not saying anything bad about the game for you idiots who want to only hear negative. It is the best game ever designed, so shut up.
He said it here first.
It is a more complicated game. Yeah. And Welcome to Wraith is the least complicated set. Arcane is the second least complicated set. So when I have new players, I start off with
Arcane's not complicated.
Or Arcane. And
Arcane is more complicated.
If you're not doing that as a store, you're doing your players something called a disservice.
Right.
Because that is the easiest and best way to learn the game.
Yeah.
The problem is they just made it so that draft they did feels a lot worse. I'm like, oh, I really like this hero. I really like Dorinthia. I want to build her out. Well, about that.
Yeah.
You can do that, but you're going to spend a pretty penny.
Yeah. You want to do that, or you want to buy a commander deck?
So, yeah. Here's where they can save this. We're all overreacting right now. And next week, when they announce what the new set is and that it's a supplemental set, they can say, we've made this a bigger supplemental set that's going to have this
You
list of
think-
cards in it. It's not going to happen. I'm saying how this solves it. I'm trying to paint a picture of what I think could be happening if this is the right thing to do. I'm trying
Go
to
ahead,
think.
Bob Ross.
I'm trying to think less critically and more assuming the best in this company
it's-
that I love. And assuming the best in them looks like they've got their things together and that they have a plan here. I don't see that plan. What it could be that plan is that things like Remorseless and Command and Conquer and E-Strike and Courage of Bladehold and
This is what I don't get. Why didn't you just out of print Crucible, Wraith, and Arcane
all at once
and say we're doing a master set in 2022 called The Big
Think
Boys Are
about
Back
how
at It
hyped-
Again? And
how
like,
hype would that be? That'd get everybody so excited.
and we all know it's going to be PvE.
Yeah.
So like Cokes of Commotion is going insane. Cokes of Commotion got bought out today. It's
Good
crazy.
thing I don't have any.
Somebody refunded. I bought one and somebody refunded it.
Because it
Like
was so
Cokes
went
of
up so
Commotions are
much.
getting refunded. Like, what is this world?
not coaxing. Yeah.
I don't know, guys.
Well, I think we're all dumbfounded. I don't think there's anybody in the marketplace like, oh, this makes complete sense. I saw this coming from a mile away.
well, there are-
Even
they're
the
called
ones posting the
collectors.
screenshot, I don't think those individuals are putting on the calendar like, hey guys, it's past September 30th. There's no more crew. You know what? I better go pick some up on my LGS. I'm sure they're aware of that as well, that this is the last wave of crew that we'll ever see. I don't think any of us thought that. Yes, we knew that there were going to be waves of crew. I think we even talked about it once in the podcast, like, oh, I guess they're going to start with 4 waves. Start with keywords. We never
So-
thought like this would just be done.
This is where I kind of like Metazoo's approach of, hey, here's the print run announcement. This is how many boxes we're printing.
Yes.
Handle it.
This is when
I
they're gonna come
kind of
out.
like that. I
Or,
know there's
hey-
negatives to that, but I kind of like that better than this like knee jerk reaction. And
Or here's our product roadmap.
yeah,
Like,
I
what if
ki-
they did a year in review thing and like, here's what we did this year. Here's what's coming next year.
yeah, I kind of
That'd be
like
really
that.
cool.
I think one of the biggest things that I am trying to say, and I'm not doing a great job of saying it, I'm sure people will just clip the things that I've said negatively and focus on those, but is this, that right now it seems like collectors are 100% this is a good thing, and they're being short-sighted because there is a huge detriment to the players. And that's a long-term issue. And I think the
Right.
players are looking at this angrily saying,
I'm out.
unlimited is for the players. Why would you out of print it, especially Crucible War this early?
Mhm.
And like, they did need to do something for the collectors. This is not the decision that I would personally have made, but
Yeah,
they
but you're-
needed to go
you're-
out of print with some sort of unlimited. And they did that, and that's great. But I want to know why this set, like
Why take away the best unlimited set?
why take
Why
away
take
the-
away Louis' favorite set?
No,
Maybe that
why
was
take
it.
away
James
the
White was
least-
just like,
Why take away the least printed unlimited set? Why take away the set that has the highest EV and the most expensive
scarcity.
average majestic if you don't include the ones that are outlier? Like, and people are kind of like, well, you have to include that one. No, you have to reprint Command and Conquer in a different set. That's the only solution. It doesn't matter how many boxes of Arcane Rising Unlimited you print, because you only get one Command and Conquer in every like 2 cases. There's not enough Command and Conquers in the universe. You can't print enough. Make it a Secret Layer Rudy edition and give it to him to sell for $1,000. Like, I don't like.
I just want to say how much I loved LSS's birthday. I just want to wish them a full and hearty happy birthday. To celebrate their birthday, they did 2 major things. They
Are we
gave Rudy
shifting?
$1.5
This is our
million.
second conversation.
They gave Rudy $1.5 million, which I think is great. Great. Wonderful.
congrats, Rudy.
A lot of Taco Bell. Congrats, Rudy. Congrats. Who then said he's not going to sell Crucible, his incoming Crucible Unlimited wave to his patrons. Love
Yeah.
it.
What is like?
No, I'm not done yet. I'm not done. That's Louis. How dare you interrupt their birthday celebration? How dare you? Then they said we're going to out of
Congrats
print
on 5K.
our most popular unlimited box. I think that was their gift to stores. Like, listen.
No, you forgot one.
Oh, what did I miss?
What did they tweet on their birthday?
Oh, I'm sorry. And the picture they sent out from Christmas. I apologize. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
And then they also announced Unlimited's coming for their new hottest set.
You guys, I can't believe that I told you guys that on to your birthday they were going to announce Unlimited was out of print, and then they actually did it. I can't believe it actually happened.
We all agreed with you. We just thought it would be a set that makes sense.
Yeah,
Right.
I know.
Like, can somebody, if you, like, I mean this, you know what, screw it. I'll read the comments unless you're too mean to me. Like that one guy who said that all LGSs deserve to go out of business. Screw you.
He's like, Channel Fireball. Channel Fireball is the greatest. I think he said Channel Fireball is the greatest American TCG store in the world. You're just jealous that you're not them.
I love it. I love it. So I will read the comments. If you have an honest reason why Monarch Unlimited is still in print, but Crucible Unlimited
or
is not.
WTR or ARC.
No. Like, listen, like, I think ARC would have been a mistake too. Not as big, but a mistake.
ARC would only be a mistake if they didn't announce when. Yeah.
Right.
If they said ARC and WTR are out of print, we have another product coming in 6 months with a Command and Conquer and an E-Strike in it, that would do great things for the market.
I'll read the comment. Tell me why Monarch Unlimited is being printed and Crucible Unlimited is not. I want to know.
Yeah.
I want to know. Like,
or just
what card am I missing? Like,
there's no singles you're missing.
No. Like,
what you could be missing is the idea
serious.
of drafting, but who does, I mean, I don't know how many people are still drafting Monarch.
I'm drafting Monarch first.
You are?
You're drafting Monarch first?
Of course.
Of course.
My store doesn't suck.
How much does it cost to get into a Mon first draft?
I think $15. $17. I still draft Tails first. You draft Tails first almost every week.
Well, yeah,
yeah, but there's only Tails first.
Okay,
there's infinite.
We'll draft it after Unlimited comes out.
I guess nobody wants to draft Mon U though.
Well, like Mon U, why keep it in print? Because the legendaries are still worth $120. Like,
to your point, George, he's right. If you want them to be 60, we got to keep them in the market longer.
This is the issue, guys. The issue is that the boxes don't work. The boxes don't work. I love the boxes. I love Flesh and Blood.
I'm glad you said that, Dr. DeGeorge. Let me tell you what I sold more of this week than anything else.
My Hero Academia.
My Hero Academia. By the way, I believe my on TCG player as of right now is worth more than Tales Unlimited, Tales First Edition.
Yeah, but it'll still be less than Crucible Unlimited.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's still in print. You need to play the game. Anywho, they nailed the packs. And they did a couple things that I thought were really cool that I actually told a couple of game designers that I think they should do. So in every box of My Hero Academia, you get a bunch of packs, and there's rares, secret rares, ultimate secret rares, and a whole bunch of fancy letters. That's the only problem. They have an alphabet soup of different levels of rarity. I don't like that, but whatever.
I don't like that.
I don't like that either.
Yeah.
But in each box is 2 quirk packs, and these quirk packs are cards that you really want. They're good cards. They're full art. Most are foil.
They're Command and Conquer
foil. I think they're all foil and most are full art, and they're cards that you want, and you get 2 per box. And on the bottom, instead of saying the rarity, it says not for sale. And they're not listed on TCG Player.
So you can't.
I think
the second market is not selling it? You don't think the secondary market's selling them?
I'm sure it is, but I'm sure it's harder.
It's just on eBay.
Sure. It's on eBay or Facebook groups.
I'll say this. My Hero Academia. By the way, I'm glad that my another meme of mine became reality.
Yeah, MHA actually did well for you this weekend.
It's not even officially out yet, George.
I've had it for a week and a half, boo-boo.
Yeah, but
but the release date is
store. I'm a premium store. Some of us, are premium.
Some of us spend money with Asmodee. I get it.
I agree. I think
So wait, hold on. Here's my point of this. Look to that box for how to do your next set. If their quirk pack had CNC, E-Strike, I don't know what else.
Legendaries.
Yeah, if it had tunics, if it had,
dude, like You guys know what the price of a tunic's going to do right now?
Insane.
Like, this is the issue. This is what, like, they finally solved it. The tunic was $130. The
From
unlimited
Crew.
tunic was $140. They solved the problem.
Well, that's still high, but yeah, I get it.
It's not that high. And then they unsolved. They had the Rubik's Cube, and they had, how many sides are there to a Rubik's Cube? They had 5 sides done, and they just had to finish it, and they couldn't get the last cube done. They're the last side. Like, I don't get it. And so, like, I think like
Analogies.
a Krunik's gonna be an unlimited
get it.
Krunik. Even the unlimited Krunik is gonna be it's
gonna be a $300 card.
Yeah. So, like, now we have 2 problems, right? Now you have Arknight Skullcap problem and Tunic problem. Both of them.
Well, now you're gonna have people starting to spec on WTR and ARC cards as well. This is the issue. We're gonna see a huge resurgence in the market, but it's gonna kill the player base because cards are gonna be spec'd out of.
This is what I think we've tried to say a couple times on the podcast. I love the way that the boxes are. It's fun. It works really well for draft. It works really well for sealed. And I understand that there's a balance there. They've got to do something to help the secondary market to keep the prices for players, because this announcement is going to make it really and I feel like they were working this is why I don't understand it. I feel like over the last 6 months they were working so hard to show people how inexpensive it is to get into Flesh and Blood. They had the professor. The professor did a video on it. Pleasant Kenobi did a video on it recently, talking about how it's okay, Flesh and Blood, everyone looks at the high price value of cards, but we have unlimited. And I honestly thought that they reached out to these guys and were like, hey, can you guys like show people that this is true?
Sure.
And like, now that's not true. Like, now Flesh and Blood is an expensive game to play.
Golden Nightfall is out, by the way.
What?
Golden Nightfall?
Golden allocations.
Oh, we gotta stop the podcast now.
George, did you do okay? Mike loves George. Got it.
More importantly, I love him. Continue.
I just don't get it. I don't understand this announcement.
Dude, you don't want to. Like, this is what has driven me crazy the last 24 hours. People saying, I don't get it. You do get it. You don't agree with it. There's a big difference.
It doesn't make sense in your head because it seems...
They have told you Rudy is right. It's all collectible.
Okay.
I don't know how else you want to interpret this other than Louis' fantasy.
And they're wanting collectors to think.
I come back to this. Then why not ARC and WTR2? Why didn't this announcement include all 3 sets in the block?
Because they want to prime the market so people start to spec on those 2 sets and they start buying the cards. And then how cheap is WTR and ARC right now? It's given away for free with Monu, right? On eBay right now, you can get a case for free. You just have to suck it up and buy.
Ready for my hot take? Something I might try to do on my website. You ready for this? Y'all ain't ready for this.
I love this.
Y'all ain't ready.
I know exactly what you're gonna say.
Do I get a box of MHA with WTR for free?
I already told you, Louis, but you can go ahead. You can spoil my fun surprise.
All right. I was gonna make it seem like I didn't know. It was gonna be great. Go ahead. Tell everybody.
I'm just offended I didn't know.
I might bundle Cruicble. I think it was in the same text. Oh, I think it was like midnight, 1 a.m. when I was like trying to drown my sorrows in my pillow. But I didn't quite drown. Sorry, James White. And I might try to bundle Cruicble Unlimited with Tails. You're gonna see that. You're gonna see people bundle Cruicble Unlimited with Tails first.
You're gonna see bigger. You're gonna see Unlimited Cruicble with Toa Unlimited.
That's what we're saying.
No, he said Toa first.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm saying Unlimited. Unlimited Toa.
We'll get it all done at once.
You want to sell your Unlimited Toa? Put a box of Cruicble Unlimited.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Let me tell you who's having a bad day today. My distributors.
Oh yeah,
especially the one that's not very nice to me sometimes.
I call my distributors today
because they're like, oh, I'll tell you that story in a second. So like, first of all, they're having a bad day because everybody idiot like Louis is like, hey,
give me all
I know
boxes.
I have a store that like, is doing really great. And I've been in business for 3 weeks. Can I please have 15,000 boxes of Cruicble Unlimited, and they're like, yeah, here's a case, big boy. But
Yeah.
that's not why distributors are having a bad day. When they come to us now and say, will you take Tails Unlimited?
What do you think we're gonna say?
I'm like, what? Like,
Why?
why?
What do I have to gain from this set?
Like, this has not built a lot of goodwill with any store I've talked to so far.
Sure.
So my distributor said why did they go out of print without us knowing about it?
Yeah.
I said, hey, can I get some Crew Unlimited? He said, what's going on? I was like, what do you mean? He's like, I got 6 emails last night asking for Crew Unlimited. No one's asked for Crew Unlimited for,
Months.
a couple months. I said, well, they went out of print of it. He was like, oh, well,
why didn't they tell us?
why didn't they tell us?
They do a consistent meeting with LSS too.
I was like, I don't know, man. They tweeted it. Do you not follow their tweeter? And like, I don't know. And like, maybe the rep just didn't know. Like maybe the rep just didn't know. But like,
I think that's part of it. I do think there are reps that are not as knowledgeable about all the things, but
don't get
my
it.
rep is a player.
You do. You're lying.
Listen,
you do get it. You don't want.
This is what I want to. This is the Louis that's the honest to God true Louis is like freaking yes. Let's go. Let's get the market moving. Let me see numbers.
I want to do a crew video that's nice.
I'm so sick of seeing numbers drop 3% every week and like just this constant drop of 3%. It's just boring. Nobody cares about it. Nobody watches the videos. And like this is great. My crew video yesterday had 1,300 views in the first like hour and a half, which is really good for my channel. My channel sucks and it's small.
You're gonna have 3,000 views by the time you post it.
Yeah, and like it's great for me. I want to be super happy about it. It just doesn't feel like LSS, and this doesn't feel like LSS or the vision behind LSS, and the Rudy promo doesn't feel like LSS or the vision behind LSS. And so like I just don't know who LSS is anymore, and that's fine. I don't need to know who LSS is anymore. I just want to know who they are. And that's fine. And like I love it.
You do.
Like again,
you do.
You don't want to admit what has George said the last 3 weeks?
I can't.
Basically, actions speak louder than words, and their actions are going contrary to what you feel about LSS.
They're missing it then. If this is who they are, they're missing it.
What are they missing?
Listen, if we are just a collectible game, and what you guys are saying is true, then we've missed the point of Flesh and Blood. Like,
well, if that's how we perceive it, according to
I'm
LSS,
saying that
we have missed it.
Then they have missed the point of Flesh and Blood. Like
the
guy who said, I'm sick of this. This is what Magic the Gathering does. It's all FOMO. It's all secret layer and out of print announcements that aren't transparent and print runs that like I don't want that. And that's not what I thought we were doing. Like that's not what I thought we were doing. So
what is the mission that we constantly hear?
Bringing people together in the flesh and the blood.
No, I mean like that's it, but it's not it. There's a card that's going in the Rudy promo that we've heard multiple times from LSS and more specifically from James White. I'm trying to find it. I'll find it here in a minute and tell you. But it's basically like bringing people together through the common language of playing and investing in great games. It is a playing and investing.
Right. No one is saying not to invest. I'm not saying that
well, you're not going to invest in a failing set or a set that that's losing 3% month over month, week over week.
Crucible of War Unlimited has not been losing 3% week to week.
Exactly.
Crucible of War Unlimited has been going up in value.
All right.
Tell me singles have been going.
I'll ask you next week.
Value.
I'll ask you next week. We'll ask if WTR, ARC, Monarch all go up in value next week.
So let's get on prediction time. Let's do what they're here for. What is a box of Crucible Limited at? You're airing this on Friday. What is the box at today? What's it at in 3 weeks?
So right now, as we're having this chat on a fine day, let's see here.
I think right now you can probably get boxes of Crew Unlimited for $120.
A K.
I'm
Oh
not
no, that's
convinced of that.
first.
I'm not
Right now,
convinced of that at all.
it's one a first edition pack is $50. It's insane.
165 on TCG Player.
166, yeah, plus $2 shipping.
Ooh.
So we know what's going to happen.
A case is
tell you
going
what's
for
gonna happen.
$700 right now.
If you look at my market update from Crucible First Edition, this is exactly what's going to happen. Hold on, let me pop it up, because this is the exact scenario that we were in with Crucible First Edition, where boxes are out of print and we're going to see them slowly rise up, and then they're going to come to distribution, and you're going to see waves, right? It's loading. So this is what happened. We saw waves. We saw the price shoot up in First Edition from $120 to $179, and that's when they made it out of print, and it went up to $450, and then it shot up to $600, and then it went to $500, and then it shot up to $750, and then it went to $650, and then at some point in there, I think it was when it shot up, that's when Rudy sold. And this is what you're going to see. You're going to see it slowly go up, down, up, down, up, down. And then
people are selling on the way up.
And then the small allocation that he got is going to go to his patrons, and it's going to be a bundle with a playmat, and it's going to sell out. And then that's when the plateau is going to happen. And it's going to drop down.
Right.
That's what happened with Crucible First Edition. So
it gets more distributed. Yep. What do we see it peaking at? What do we think? I mean, this is pure speculation. Don't listen to us idiots, as George says. It's just us speculating. Where do we see it peaking? Where's the peak? 300?
Crucible First Edition. First Edition is 1,300 by the end of next week.
I like those odds.
And
so it'll double in
unlimited
price.
Much. Unlimited floats between 175 and 225
by Friday.
When?
It depends on how long distribution has. I mean, we don't know how big their run is. If they're going to give a case a week to every LGS, they're giving a case a week.
The other distributors are out.
Yeah,
in the Southeast.
I know that because they don't hold on to boxes.
And somebody on the news yesterday got a bunch of boxes.
Right. So it all depends on how much product they have, and if for a while for Crucible of War, the prices stabilized because they went out of print with it, but then distributors gave one case a week to stores and it stabilized.
Which I gotta say is like,
why not just sell it, dude? Like, how is that beneficial for everybody?
I don't know. It's probably beneficial for distribution.
No.
You got to make an order to get your free shipping. You got to get an order for free shipping. You end up buying
they'd much rather charge for shipping and just ship it.
I would just get free shipping. I'm a sucker for free shipping, man.
So you're going to spend an additional hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. You will never, ever see me pay shipping.
You know how much shipping is for that box?
I never
probably
paid for shipping.
$15.
I don't think I've ever paid for shipping.
You will never, ever.
That, but your orders are $1,000+ every order.
My order next week is $86,000.
This is my point.
My order's always over $1,000.
That's scary.
Well,
I'll be like 86 grand. That's a lot of grands.
Listen, man, I don't pay for shipping. I'd rather pay $1,000 for product and free shipping any day.
I'd rather pay for $1,000 a product of Monu that I'll never sell. I
am what's called a sucker. If you give me free shipping, I will buy anything. So
that's why I have
this is also
$30 on my store to get free shipping. MidtownMerchant.com.
This is why I don't do that, and I make people pay for shipping because I don't like paying for shipping. I rather charge you less for a product and make you pay for shipping because the idea of paying for shipping makes me cringe.
Yeah, you don't treat your customers the same way you want to be treated.
You're right. My prices are just lower and it all balances out. But liquor, our prices have never been lower.
Come to the Cavadine market today.
But liquor,
you'll get the best price on the market and have to pay 3 times the amount of shipping that you would typically pay.
That was an office quote. You obviously didn't get.
I got it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
That was my favorite.
Right.
That's actually my favorite clip from The Office.
That was Dwight.
That is actually my favorite clip from The Office.
But liquor, our prices have never been lower. All right, let's do Metazoo minute.
Oh, thank the Lord.
Yeah, I gotta
So
go.
I
I got
Man,
10 minutes.
That
I got 10 minutes.
Sotheby's.
You have 10 minutes.
Sotheby's. Sotheby's.
Okay,
That
so there's a lot to
NFT?
talk about. First, I want to say a few things. Shout out to Mike for doing the fundraising
Yeah, that's
on
cool.
the
Yes.
Cryptid Museum.
It's cool. I
Yes.
can't wait till they do something like that for the Mothman Museum here in West Virginia, and I can be a part of it.
Mike, if you do that, I'm out.
That's actually where they're going to do the auction for the Mothman NFT.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
And then George is like, I'm in. I'll go there.
I mean, I lied.
Guys.
I lied a bit.
Okay, can we just talk about the NFTs?
It's
No,
so
No,
sweet.
you're not going to pump your NFTs on this.
Oh, I don't care.
No,
about
no, we're talking
I don't
about
have the
this
reach
new
to
one.
pump my NFTs.
The singular one is what I'm talking about. That's
I
coming
know.
out.
I know the Aoki one.
George, are you participating in that one?
No, I can't afford that. What
What do we think? It's going to be like $1 million NFT?
I think it's going to go for 500,000 or 600,000.
Yeah, I think 500,000 or 600,000. He's got
It's
some
not
other ones
insane.
that have gone from between. He's sold NFTs, I think, from between like 130,000 to upwards of $1 million.
Yeah, but those are like popular
here's what-
NFTs.
So, Mitch,
What are you saying about Metazoo?
Mitch?
There's a one of one. They're not creating a whole system.
There's
Like-
nothing more
All right.
popular than
There's
Metazoo.
nothing to do minute.
Okay, keep going. I'm not
I don't think
dissing
you
on
know-
the zoo, but go ahead.
I don't think you know this because I think you would have texted me. Did you see Poncho's announcement?
Who are you talking to? No, I did
Mitch.
not.
So he announced
yeah, I
he
did see
is
this.
done signing
Yeah. So did Mike.
Cryptid Nation.
Mike announced that too on the Whatnot stream.
Yeah.
He says he's not signing any more.
So here, and I'll be honest, I did not like
George,
this. In the beginning.
Louis, that is a sick card.
I did not like this at all.
Poncho, Victor as well, and
Yeah.
Mike all said no more signing Cryptid
And
Nation
I
cards.
texted Mike and I said, like, listen, was this Metazoo's decision or the artist? And I'll be honest, I was coming here expecting to be like, I don't like it. And he said something
It's
that changed my mind
Metazoo's.
entirely. He goes, it was all up to the artist.
Oh,
And
cool.
all of a sudden, I couldn't care less. Because here's the deal. It's your art. We owe you a lot for designing something as amazing as you do. So if you don't want to sign it anymore and you want to keep it rare, more power to you. It's your art and you get to decide what to do with it. And I support it 100%.
I've always been. A fan
I
of
support
this.
the artist.
I think one of the things with Metazoo, I was like, oh my gosh, they're signing so many
Poncho
cards.
signed Holy Gem.
Is your signed card going to even be worth that much because they're signing so many? And then I saw that announcement. I was like, dang it, I wish I would have bought more signed cards.
Yep. I just bought a whole bunch of signed cards. It feels glorious.
And let me tell you why I loved Mike's message to me was it shows he respects his artists enough to let them make their own decisions. And like what's best for Metazoo comes second to what's best for his people.
Yeah, that's cool. That's really
And
good.
that's awesome.
And he did the auctions on Whatnot that all the profits went to the artists.
Makes
too.
fun of your pack. I mean,
That's
like
super cool.
that. I mean, like
I think I was
listen, like,
streaming that night.
Yeah, you probably were. This one's
This
my
is-
favorite. The Dark
and,
War
like,
with
people
Victor's
like
signature.
again, somebody said something that like really frosted my Cheerios. I had a lot of my Cheerios frosted the last 48 hours, as I'm sure you can tell.
That sounds, it's kind of raunchy, but go ahead.
They were like, "Oh, you don't mind when Mike does the out of print thing for these boxes?" I'm like, first of all, screw you. Second of
He
all,
announces how many boxes are going to be
Third
before
of
they
all-
even go onto the market.
for Cryptid Nation First Edition, he did 40% more boxes than Welcome to Wraith Alpha. For Nightfall, he's making more boxes than Welcome to Wraith Alpha and Arcane First. It is not his fault that demand is incalculable.
Stop that. Don't you ever say something bad about Mike again. It is 100% his fault that demand is incalculable because he's created an
That is true.
amazing product.
That is true.
Don't
I
you
apologize
dare
to
say
Mike.
that about Mike.
Oh man, he's coming on next week and this is gonna be ugly.
Yeah, he is
He's
coming on
gonna
next
be
week.
up.
He's coming on. He's coming on this stream.
Yep.
Next week.
I saw
Yeah.
your text. I just assumed that you were going to talk to him, Louis. Again
No,
and
we-
take all the
He,
credit.
Mike said
He's
I
gonna be-
only talked to George,
He's-
and I said
Oh.
that's fine.
He's
I'll
gonna
take
be
it.
right
so you
there.
can be the translator.
Actually, Mitch, we're going to push you down and Mike's going to be
I would say he's like he gets to sit next to me. Okay.
there.
Like-
Listen,
Listen, like I have very little sympathy for that argument. Let me rephrase. I have no sympathy for that argument because, like, and I mean this: if Nightfall were 200,000 boxes,
It would not
I
be
could-
enough.
yeah, like,
yeah, not an MSRP.
and that's not that. The demand is through the charts.
Demand is
Yep.
to the charts and the brand is different.
Yeah.
The whole thing is different.
Louis still
Also,
on that.
God, it's like, you guys, he didn't out of print it. There's going to be second edition of Cryptid Nation. It comes out in
Right.
December. So, spare me your crocodile tears about those who can't get Cryptid Nation as you make Crucible Unlimited. And it's like,
Why
I'm not
crocodile
falling for it.
tears?
I'm not falling for it. Like, because LSS made a bad decision to out of print Crucible, in my opinion, that doesn't mean that Mike has to be held to that standard. It's that simple. It is that simple. Like, Mike is making second edition Cryptid Nation. That's good. If you want people to play the game, you have to give them the cards. I've been saying that the entire time we've had this podcast. You don't have the right to make cards inaccessible and then go, geez, why isn't a player base growing?
Do you think he's going to do a second edition print run for all runs or for all sets?
I think he will if the demand is there.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm curious. And I think that's what's unique.
Like, here's the difference. Like, here's what drives me up a wall. Mike will actually look at demand and actually make decisions based off that demand.
And math.
He's not going to sit back and be like, oh, I said 3 waves and I've done 3 waves. I don't care what the market tells me. I don't care what the market says.
He's also
know
a math guy, and he's looking at the calculations of all the different things. He was a data analyst prior to all of this.
Mike listens to his customers.
So it's just, I don't know, man. I don't think that those people even have a whole lot of weight in the discussion, do they?
No.
Like, does it really matter? Listen, if you're a flesh and blood person and you don't like Metazoo, then just don't like Metazoo. Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't. It's just different. It's different. It's built different. Let's talk about the box. Yeah, the box price
glow in the dark.
No, but yeah,
that's a standard box.
But like the amount of cards in the box, there's 36 packs. You get you know what he's doing for Nightfall, which is absolutely genius. There's I guess it's not genius, it's kind of normal. There's a rare in every single pack, a non-foil rare in every single, the gold card, sorry. This would be like putting a majestic non-foil in every single pack of Flesh and Blood. For the non-foil, the players will be able to get the cards very cheap
instead
for
of having to use their full hollows.
Or sorry, for Nightfall, they'll be able to get the cards very cheap. The collectors are going to have the full hollows that will be very expensive, and everyone's just going to focus on the full hollows, just like they did in Flesh and Blood for the cold foils. But like the way the pack is designed is great, and like it's going to be enough. There's going to be enough Nightfall for people to play a game. I agree. He should have done that for Cryptid Nation, but that was the first set, and he learned, and he's done something for Nightfall.
Think of all the delays we've had with basically every game over the last 2 years.
Yeah, and he was like, "Hey, print this," and they're like, "Okay."
First and second set, I am convinced he has nuclear codes and like Cardam Monday's CEO's address. Because like he's printing boxes at a speed that like frankly Magic isn't matching at this point. Like it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
He's paying for the printer time.
This comes back to one thing. Mike loves Metazoo. Mike listen, Mike loved Metazoo before it was successful. Mike loves Metazoo now. And Mike was invested in Metazoo before it was successful, and Mike bought the time for Metazoo print run before it was successful, because Mike is
building a successful company. I'm not saying anybody else isn't.
I don't care about that.
I am saying Mike is building. No, you do care.
I don't care about the comparison. It doesn't matter to me. You don't need to. We don't need to be comparing these things. Mike, it loves.
He's not comparing. He is saying that they're building a successful company. He's not saying anybody else is not. He is just saying, I have confidence within the organization that Mike is leading.
Mike gets it.
Yes.
I told you all from my very breakfast with him in beautiful Orlando.
Yeah, that's when I went all in.
To the moon.
That's when I went all in.
The thing that I think he has that is what brings me why when people say, Louis, why do you like Metazoo? Why are you covering this game? And they leave Facebook messages and non-Metazoo conversations on Facebook. I say, because Mike loves this game enough to make it successful.
Yeah.
Like, and I firmly believe that other companies love their game enough to make it successful too. But in the when you're talking about Metazoo and you're talking about Mike, there's nobody in this world that loves Metazoo as much as Mike loves Metazoo. and
Maybe
that
Aoki.
That's true, actually.
Yeah.
Aoki's a close second.
and like for me, like I'm all in on that. Like like my favorite thing about the whole process is that this was Mike's I can't wait to talk to him again next week.
His COVID.
This was Mike's COVID project.
Yep,
like this
right.
was his COVID dream. Like
Yep.
that's just so cool, man. And it's like,
Have y'all seen the artwork
Yeah.
for this next set? Did y'all watch any of the live streams this weekend on
Yeah.
Whatnot?
yeah,
So good.
Cool.
It's so good.
I
And
can't
they
wait to
brought the
open it.
Mothman back.
We're
we were just talking
gonna
about
do
that.
something. I don't know if we're ready to announce it, but we're gonna we got some Nightfall plans. Mike's gonna be here next week.
So is Mike taking over the entire stream? Are we just doing like one Metazoo hour?
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
I need a break.
I actually would be
All
down
right.
for
No, I
that.
had meetings all
We might not
morning
have
this
as many
morning.
viewers, which will
I had
upset Louis.
I had meetings all morning this morning, and I was so happy. I was so happy to be dealing with
Not
like,
to think
terrible
about.
problems that weren't flesh and blood.
All right, I'm gonna go hang out with my kid. This was great.
Little
Maybe-
monarch or little kingdoms.
Little Kingdoms, because the little monarch needs to go to bed. You guys, everyone, thank you for watching. Let us know what you guys think about the Crucible stuff in the comment section. We value your opinions and we appreciate you all. And everyone, remember to be kind to the people around you. May the zoo be with you.
And also with you.